the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here back with another action figure review. Today, we're finally taking a look at the SH Figuarts My Hero Academia Dabi or Ochaco Uraraka. This is one I've been promising you guys. It's been delayed. I told y'all I got sick, but it doesn't matter. We're here now, and we're about to get right to it. So let's go ahead and get started, diving right into the sexy packaging. Now, nothing crazy for the box. Again, it's the same thing we've been getting from most of the My Hero Academia line. You've got pictures of Uraraka all along the sides, top, side, bottom, all of that good stuff. You do have the window where you can see the figure as well as some of the accessories that look really dope. Tamashii Nation's Bandai at the bottom. Then, of course, on the back, you've got the figure all posed up looking nice, showing off some of that articulation and in even some of the accessories that we can't see that are inside of the package. But that's not what we're here for. We are here for the figure. So let's go ahead and get her out and see if she fits alongside the rest of the figures we've gotten from this line so far that have been pretty good, but a little problematic. Hopefully this one has no problems. Now, straight out of the packaging and up close, here we have Deku's wife. And no, that's not a spoiler. It's just obvious if you watch a lot of anime. This figure, in my personal opinion, so far, based on what I'm observing, is probably the best we've gotten from this line so far. And I say that not just because of the sculpt, the detail, and the overall look of the figure, but the fact that it doesn't seem like she suffers from any problems. And I took some time to mess with this before I actually started recording this segment. As you all know, Deku had the wrist peg problems. Bakugo kind of falls apart and the neck articulation is not the best. Then I suffered loose joints from my Todoroki. I don't have any of those problems with this figure, man. And so I'm pretty freaking excited for this. As you can see, she looks amazing. The hair, the sculpt work, the detail, all of that is done so nicely. I love how they did everything on this figure. And this is our, second, third time seeing this figure, as Figma has made it, but not quite her in this costume. And then we also got it from, I believe, Kyoto Revoltech, and their version was actually pretty freaking good too. Actually, all three versions have been good. I should have kept those other figures, man, but they don't scale with the SHF line, which is my primary, so I couldn't do it. But yeah, man, as you can see, she is sculpted very freaking nicely. You got a little bit of gapping right back here, which is interesting. We'll see how that affects her once we get to the articulation. But yeah, you've got this really dark navy blue-ish, almost black looking color, but it is navy blue, sitting underneath the pink. And I really think these colors complement her, man. The face printing looks very good for the eyes, very clean, and then all the way down to the boots. Very, very good looking figure. So nothing to complain about too much here. Now, anyway, let's go ahead and put her back and see how tall she stands. Now, when it comes to her height, she is pretty tall because Tamashii Nations doesn't want you to be able to scale these with any other line. But to the top of her head, as you can see, she's right at about 5¼ inches. So pretty tall for a female character, especially a teenager. Just imagine if they do characters like Midnight or Mount Lady, my queen, or any other female character, or even Star and Stripe. That would be crazy. But yeah, I would love those. But yeah, they would be pretty freaking tall next to her if Tamashii Nations decided to get the height right. Now, anyway, I'll show some size comparisons a little bit later with her and the other characters we've gotten so far. Moving on to the articulation, she looks up about that much, which isn't the best, but of course the bob is going to get in the way. Not too much you can do about that. And speaking of bob, she's the only anime female character I know that can rock a bob and pull it off. Most cannot do that. But yeah, she looks down very, very good. So that's great. Really good tilt and turn. So no issues there whatsoever when it comes to moving those arms up and out effortlessly. I don't think you get the best T-pose, but yeah, I mean, you still can move them, so that's good. In terms of bringing them backwards for the Toji, there you guys go, no issue there. When it comes to bringing them forward, let's see here, yeah, as long as you bring them over her chest, no problems there either. So really, really good. She does have a built-in shoulder swivel, kinda. She also has a bicep swivel, so that's good. Double jointed elbows with almost single jointed range just because of how big these like wrist guards are. So not gonna do too much with that, but it still does come in, so I think that's good. I think that's perfectly fine. Anyway, hands move around freely, no problems there at all. At the torso, look at that, she moves just fine. You are not gonna have any issue utilizing the diaphragm and the waist joints. As you can see, she can twist, turn, rock, roll, whatever it is you want to do with this figure. So that's good, especially going backwards. That's amazing. So great job, Tamashii Nations. When it comes to kicking forward, all the way, you guys see it, no problems there. Kicking back, all the way, you guys see it, no problems there. Going to kick out, feels like the leg's about to come off. Am I tripping? Okay, nah, maybe I'm tripping. But yeah, she can kick all the way out as well. This is like it feels like a very soft plastic in here. And the legs are dropped down. I just realized that. Interesting. Okay, they still work. So, I mean, I'm not complaining, but this just feels like a very soft plastic. It kind of threw me for a loop, but it works. That's all that matters. Anyway, she does have a thigh swivel, double jointed knees. I think this is the first time we've seen this design like this. So that's actually really, really good. I dig that. When it comes to moving her foot down, you're not about to do that, bro. She's got the moon stompers on. Like we're not doing that. But it does rotate. So that is good. And then let's see, do we have anything else in there? It's some stuff going. Oh, you can move the foot up. Like it's some stuff going on, but it's throwing me off for real. And be careful with this because the paint will chip off of these. As you can see, I got some pink kind of on the bottom right there of the moon stompers. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, they work well. It's on the bottom of the shoe, so it's not like it's gonna be that much of a problem, but it is just something to be aware of. So anyway, let's go ahead and put her back and look at the accessories. Now, when it comes to accessories, she comes with quite a few, and I believe that she should, because I want to say this was a pretty expensive figure. Of course, I had to pay for the figure itself, I had to pay for the shipping, and then I also had to pay the T-charge because of you-know-who. So, yeah, I'm glad I was able to get my money's worth. Now, first off, she comes right out of the packaging with her signature gorgeous smile and a pair of fist hands. She does come with some other faceplates, such as her signature smiling face with the blushy cheeks. Absolutely love this. She's obviously talking to Deku here. And then she also has her hair without the, I guess, visor on. It's not really a visor. It used to be before she changed her costume design. I don't know what that is. But yeah, her ear muffins. I'm going to call them ear muffins. I know that's not what they are for the people that want to go in the comments. Chill. She comes with this angry yelling face, and I do have a few paint splotches on these I'm going to have to get off. I've got that on like several different accessories for her, so not the best there. Come on, Tamashii Nations. She comes with this, well, if I can keep it in my hand, she comes with this determined expression. She's obviously getting ready for battle. It could be when she's going up against Toga or even Bakugo, even though technically this wasn't the costume design she had. And then she comes with what I think is probably the most unique accessory, an interchangeable Toga head. And you can see Toga kind of crying, looking to the side. The eyes are a bit off. You can see the teeth are off, where the quirk is kind of wearing off. And if you know this scene, then you know. So I'm glad that they had that. She does come with her signature horn, which was basically when she gave the crowd a speech and told them to keep Deku name out your mouth. So I'm glad that they included this. She does come with a quirk activation hand, or whenever she's using her quirk. I believe this is the quirk activation hand. And then she comes with several others, such as a set of thumbs up hands, a set of reaching, stylish, posing, reaching, grabbing hands. I think I said reaching twice. A pair of karate chop hands, and then another pair of reaching, grabbing, palming hands. But I've noticed that none of these have the pink tips on the fingers. I don't think any company has done that. Like, isn't she supposed to have pink fingertip? Like, am I tripping? Y'all tell me in the comment section below. But then she does also come with these, like, grapple thingies. I forgot what these are for. If I'm being honest with y'all, I don't pay much attention to Ochaco in the anime. Like, I'm watching for Bakugo mostly, and Todoroki and Deku, like the trio. I don't care much about Ochaco. She's a great character, chill, but I don't watch her quirk that much. But yeah, she comes with quite a few accessories. I am more than satisfied with what we get. Moving on to some size comparisons, here she is standing next to the other figures we've gotten in the line so far. First off, we have her standing next to the SH Figuarts Deku, the SH Figuarts Bakugo, who I think is the best looking out of all of them. And then we've also got her standing next to the SH Figuarts Todoroki, who, in my opinion, is the weakest of all four. All of these have their pros and cons, but as of right now, Uraraka is beating the other three by a long shot. Next up, for some more random SH Figuarts, here she is standing next to the SH Figuarts Let the Games Begin Super Saiyan Goku, which I just reviewed. Go check that out if you haven't already. We've also got her standing next to the SH Figuarts Jujutsu Kaisen Greatness Yuji Itadori. Had to show him off since we're getting a new version soon. And then we've also got her standing next to the SH Figuarts Hunter x Hunter Gon Freezees, who I feels like probably scales the best with her. I think this is how they would, I don't know, to compare in size if they were to meet. I don't know what I'm talking about. Whatever. And last but not least, for some comic characters, here she is standing next to the Metacom Toy or Mafex comic book Daredevil, a Mezco 1/12 Red Hood. Why's his name Red Hood if he don't wear a hood? I just thought about that right now. And then we've also got her standing next to the Marvel Legends Maximum Spider-Man. Now, with the My Hero Academia anime being on top of the world right now, that alone is one reason why I recommend picking up this figure. Now, if you want another reason, I would say if you have any of the other figures in the line, then yeah, that's another reason to add her to your collection, right? I already showed you guys, she fits in scale with the other characters perfectly, and she looks amazing alongside them. Now, in my personal opinion, I will say that she's the best one we've gotten so far, and I took quite a bit of time posing this figure around to make sure before I came out and said that. I wanted to make sure that I had something to back up this opinion that I have. While posing her around, none of the parts fell off. The joints didn't become loose. I had a really great time with this figure. And for a character that I am not extremely fond of, like the rest of the figures we've gotten so far, I think that says a lot. She comes with a decent amount of accessories as well, which makes it that much better. So yes, I do recommend this. If you haven't gotten your hands on it, make sure you do so, because this is one of those, I feel like once it sells out, you're probably not going to be able to get your hands on it. I think people are really buying these My Hero Academia figures right now, so don't miss out on anything if you don't have to. Now, overall, I hope that you guys enjoyed this review. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that bell icon so you're notified whenever I upload new content. And last but not least, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep all my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye.